A no commentary version of this run can be found in the link down in the description and in the pinned comment. Enjoy! Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays where I play games stylishly. Today I'm back with another commentary video. Today is gonna be God of War 2 No Upgrades Run Plus. This is a series where I do a proper run, a challenge run of a God of War game, and I commentate over it. I basically go through the game in the most optimal way ever. You know, the encounters are gonna be so clean and stuff. You might see me take damage, but what's stopping you from being better than me? I feel like I should explain the rules for No Upgrade Run Plus again. The rules are also going to be in the description down below. No Upgrade Run Plus. It has to be on the hardest difficulty. You can't upgrade anything and you can't extend your meters. That's it. Without further ado, let's start it.
By defeating Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war. However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned by his fellow gods.
Classic. So, I felt like covering the start of this game, unlike, you know, God of War 3. Just because, I don't know, I felt like doing it. Like, the starting sections, it doesn't matter if you're no upgrade run plus or even a vanilla one. You're kind of always approaching it the same way, but I felt like making this because it can be hard for some people, so, yeah. What I'm doing here is the starting run. The starting run can go any way you want. I'm just dabbling with this Hermes rush in God of War 2 for some reason. Excuse all these, you know, shenanigans that are going on right now. I just felt like starting from the actual start of God of War 2. Rather than, you know, with God of War 3 where I started completely in the Hades level. So, yeah, this right here is pretty basic. What's going to be important is showcasing how to fight the big Colossus behind us. Brian, I should say. And the glory of Sparta is clapping as always. Now I was trying this Hermes rush, which is Kratos running and shoulder dashing the enemy. It's because it's a knockback that I never use. I don't see anyone use it actually. That's why I felt like just using it. Which, by the way, I have made a God of War 3 commentary as well. After this is going to be God of War 1 commentary, hopefully. See, the thing is with the start of God of War 2 and 3 is that it doesn't have the most, I guess, creative encounters at the start. The real game starts whenever it calms down, you know, in here in God of War 2 is the place where you visit Typhon, you know, his mountain. There it is, Zesty, and he still doesn't get a kill with a full collision. Now, I should explain something else for people who are watching and who are not aware. In God of War 2, collisions scale with difficulty. It's going to be extremely clear later on, so let's leave it for later. It's basically throwing an enemy at another enemy does a lot of damage in God of War 2. So basically just perfect dodge these in 3 triangles. Right now let's talk about this guy. A really nice boss fight. Much better than Poseidon's boss fight in God of War 3 in my opinion. Poseidon's boss fight does get good whenever Gaia pins him to the wall, but then it returns to the usual and unfun phase where you're fighting him on top of her head. And it's never fun. I don't advise doing that. Just stay on the ground and sorry. Either jump that attack that he just did or evade it as usual. Or you can even magic actually. I don't know why I'm trying this. See? Easy. God of War 1 is going to be pretty interesting because I'm very good in No Upgrade 1 Plus God of War 1. There you go. And now, Kratos the Slingshot. The games usually start getting creative after, you know, the calm of the first storm. It's kind of the same thing with God of War 1 as well. Except in God of War 1 it's still good, you know, at the start. I mean, even God of War 2 and 3 are good, but it's just that they get better. In God of War 3, it gets better when you reach Typhon's place. In God of War I'm sorry, in God of War 3 it gets better when you reach the Palace of Hades, or Hades as itself. It is even the best section. In God of War 2 it gets better when you reach Typhon's place, so yeah. Just run and jump. No need to roll. That's the easiest thing you can do here. Dodge. You can hit his head right here, since it's low, but I didn't. See, it's much more creative than Poseidon's boss fight. But Poseidon's boss fight is still really, really phenomenal. Not really, but you know, it's good. See, I hit his head right here. Should have been better to execute that Rampage of the Furies faster, but everything can be done better. You can be better than me, come on. Now with this one, God of War 2. God of War 3's commentary was purely no damage, other than maybe one spot. But even then, I didn't advertise the video as a no damage, so I just didn't want anyone to think that these challenges have to be done no damage. It's just that in a perfect world where you'd be doing these challenges, you wouldn't take damage, right? Although sometimes I doubt that that is the case. Sometimes there are risks that are worth taking sometimes, but you do take slight damage, I guess. Still fun to do them though. Like there are some strats that are dangerous, and I basically avoided them in God of War 3. But it is what it is. I'm proud of the commentary. And now instantly travel to the other spot and go to the corner. He cannot hit you when you're here. So he's gonna do this big attack. And it misses. I tried getting some hits in, but no. Don't stand right here. Yeah, always move on to here, and then you can move on to the left side of the arena. I don't know why I grappled again, but hey. See, this is where you want to go. Here, and hit his head. So good, man. This is the biggest, the most fun colossal boss ever. Is the Colossus. And there you go. Although there is a big competition with the Hydra, to be completely honest, but hey. One in the chat if you think I will make him suffer. Back to the topic of games, God of War games calming down and then getting better. God of War Ascension is basically the same way. It gets much better in the village of Kira. Lovely, lovely stuff. I'm gonna take your hand with me, sir. And now we have these fellas. You can keep them kinda off screen, and you can stay here so that the archers do not do any funny stuff. Boom. Beautiful. Don't approach this dangerously, just keep on blocking on the ground. Don't even do the jumping and air blocking. And of course, censorship. Then you have this, that you can keep some enemies off. Boom. See these enemies flying into each other? They damage each other heavily, so yeah. That's basically gonna be the idea for this run, and God of War 1's run whenever it happens. Just throwing enemies at each other, or knocking enemies towards each other. Damages the enemy big time, and you'll see in this run. It will make sense. This game has a very infamous section, and it's the Translator section, and it's gonna be interesting whenever we get to it. I have some parts where I fail and stuff. See, in here I waited for these guys to attack while I was still on the ledge, then I approached. It was here where I ditched the whole idea of no damage. I was trying to go for no damage in this one as well, but then I was like, okay, nah, let's just do it optimally. God of War 2 and God of War 1, actually, are way harder than God of War 3. Not way, but they are harder. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You know, the PS2 era where games had to be hard to keep you playing. Have you seen Devil May Cry 3, God of War 1, God of War 2? These games are difficult. They knock me down in here. I just wanted to skip through this, but this is basically what you want to do if they knock you down or if you go down to fight them. Poseidon's Rage, because there's a magic chest later on, which is something important. See, I'm using it again. Resource management is the most important thing in God of War, and that's something you need to nail down. And now here we are after taking the magic chest. This guy's interesting in all phases, so I attack him now and this hits twice. Look at the hit counter this time when I hit him. No, it didn't. What I'm trying to explain in here is the first point, and is very important, and is that plumes and slams in God of War 2 hit for double damage if you're close enough to a big enemy. This is something called deep hits. So if you go square, square, triangle on a Minotaur, for example, if you're very close, it hits twice. You can even see it with the hit counter. I'm gonna prove it right here. Just watch. Square, square, boom. Did you see the hit counter move from 3 to 5 instead of 4? Look, that one I botched, but this time I think I get it. Watch. 25. Did you see that? It hits twice if you're close enough to a big enemy. That thing also does show in God of War 3, you know, the hit counter tells you that you just hit this enemy twice, but it's fake, it's not real. In God of War 2, it is real though. Now the best thing in here, I guess, is square, triangle, square, triangle. Not just square, square, triangle. The square, square, triangle has a high chance of getting interrupted. See what I'm doing? With this, even if you have to dodge, you did output great damage, so no worries. 26. Actually 25, whatever. So he takes the blade of Olympus, while Zeus is spectating as an eagle governor. Pours all of his energy into it. Penetrates the Colossus. And I left this hand so that I can finish this quickly. Boom. And in we go. Boom. This attack is called the Divine Retribution. These lasers. What an attack. So the insides of the Colossus is not that big of a, you know, creative encounter shtick. But it still needs covering. So why not? Now the biggest section is gonna come after this, and it's gonna be very, very interesting. Since there's something I'm pretty sure not a lot of you know, and is that you can take out the enemies very easily using collisions in there. I feel the need of explaining collisions again, even though I do every video, but basically the harder the difficulty, or to be more, you know, to be more clear, the harder the enemy, the better the collision. And you'll see it later on when we make it to Typhon's place and stuff. See, everyone is grabbable here, nothing big deal. Look at these two attacks. L1 and R1, the dash, is a full collision. Pressing X, look. I always do it, see? He died with 2 hits of the R1. I always do it when they attack. It's kind of a sort of a tricking type move. You'll get to know what tricking is. It's basically gaining iframes, but yeah, this is the easiest way to go through with these guys. Whenever you see them try to wind up their attacks, as the attack is about to hit you, you want to do this. And you easily get rid of them. See, like, 1, 2. This is a half collision. It's 50 damage. A full collision is 100 damage, as you saw back there. Full collisions deal heavy damage. Only on very hard, though. Because the enemies are strong. Always remember that. And you take this guy's head. And here there's something important. When this guy comes in, you want to restart the checkpoint because he kills you at the end of this chase. Zesty, restart please. There. On a second try, he does not kill you with his ki blasts at the end. But on a first try, he just kills you. Just a bug with the game. Nothing that big of a deal. So anyways, you want to go down, left, up. And that's it. See this big blast that's gonna hit you? He hits you with like 5 piercing shards right here. And you would normally die if this was the first try, except this is the second try because I restarted the checkpoint when he entered. That's why I'm fine. Lair of the Titan. This is where the game really starts getting interesting with creative encounters and what have you. This is where the game officially starts for me every time. there's something called alternate Orion harpoons. So there's the normal thing where enemies are floating in front of you. You press circle, Kratos slams them down, right? There's something also called holding circle, and it's this. See how Kratos did an alternate animation? It is going to be very important for collisions later on, and you'll see. Like this. If this harpy hits an enemy, it damages him big time. So the wall combat. Go to the far left. Dive down. To the right. Go back up. Go back up onto the surface. And here you can easily just grab these guys and throw them at each other. Now the sentry toss is a very weird case. It doesn't act like as a normal full collision. You kinda... It's about the part of the animation where it hits the enemy. That's when the full collision like truly works. Like you have to be kind of far from the enemies for the full collision to destroy the other enemy. I could have used this guy for alternate Orion harpoon, but here we are. Again, Orion's harpoon is the one where you... When you're on the ground, the enemy's in the air and you snatch him off the air. That's Orion's harpoon. Except God of War 2 has a lot of alternate Orion harpoons. Wait for these guys to get to the wall, do this. See, it instantly vaporizes them. And again. And then I wait for these guys to come closer to the wall, and then I do it again. And I grab this guy. Now in here, of course, you want to grab everyone. Unless it's a no grab run, no upgrade run plus. But that's gonna be for later, in the near future, hopefully. Right now I'm busy with this no upgrade run commentary stuff. No upgrade run plus. Which no upgrade run and no upgrade run plus are two different things. No upgrade run allows you to extend your health and magic meter and your other meters. No upgrade run plus does not allow you to do that, so there's only that. These guys grab Kratos on walls when they're trying to kind of evade upwards or whatever. And if you're in their way, they catch you. That's how it works. Now I'm gonna showcase a pretty cool, interesting case of the collisions destroying enemies. Look at how I'm gonna throw this harpy to the Minotaur and how it's gonna destroy him. Look. Boom. Look at his health. He's instantly down to the circle. Just easy stuff. And harpies in God of War 2, you can really utilize them pretty well with the alternate Orion harpoon. So instead of just pressing circle, you hold circle. Oh, I just went with the air grabs. Oh, it's done. In here, I stand right here so that the archer shoots his own kind of tower. But I do a pretty shitty job in here. See, I even come down here so that these guys shoot their plays down, but there's still one fort left. And because that one fort is left, more Minotaurs are gonna start spawning. Here I utilize ring outs. Look at this. This is something important in every God of War. You can ring out enemies. You don't always have to wail at them. Boom. Orion's harpoon. That's Orion's harpoon's animations for the Minotaurs. And that's a full collision. Look. Did you see that? It hit this guy. This one that is attacking me right now. That is the idea of God of War. Now that that fort is destroyed, no more Minotaurs would spawn. So, yeah. And this guy's running out. Or he's dead, whatever. Another wall combat. Sure, there are a lot of these in God of War 2. The idea is, in these challenge runs or in God of War proper as a whole, even though you have a lot of tools, you really want to utilize collisions to your best advantage. Whenever you see a normal enemy, you can toss him at a bigger enemy and you destroy the bigger fool. Boom. That was the alternate Orion's harpoon for the sentries. Did you see how I snatched them off the air into the grab animation? That's what I did back there. And again, jumping into enemies in God of War 2 destroys them like this. And they're done. Now this is going to be a pretty nice showcase of collisions. Except I looped this girl with Orion's harpoon. It's gonna look a little something like this. So circle, boom, go up close, hold triangle, circle, hold triangle, circle, hold triangle, and you just loop her if you're near a wall, that is. And now I align these two and I launch one and I do this, and this one that is beaming me right now took a lot of damage back there. That's what you want to do basically. Except right here I'm gonna wait for the harpies to arrive. The harpies make this way easier and you'll see. I'm gonna wreck these guys. And again, even in the air, see how these harpies died because I threw the Gorgon at them? Exactly. That is the concept of collisions scaling. Look at this. Boom. Both of them did. Only when the enemies are strong do collisions get this strong. They're usually not doing this much damage. And this is a thing exclusive to God of War 1 and 2. Now here's Typhon. I rush over here. I don't play this the best way I can for some reason, but I do play it. So see, like in here how I'm falling. Now you might have noticed that these harpies died as I was snatching the other harpy that was in the crowd. Collisions work that way as well. It doesn't always have to be the animation where Kratos throws a harpy towards them. If anyone's caught in the blast, you know, while your blade is just getting connected to the harpy, it still is a full collision. So, yeah. Notice how the encounters are much more creative now. You don't have just fighting goons like the start of the game. It's much more fun now. Getting hit like an idiot as usual. After getting the bow, you have a lot of cover in here, so no biggie. I just like to take out these archers out there first. See this? This is a full collision. Except it is weird for these sentry type enemies. It does not operate like normal full collisions. Boom. That's a half collision because the guy I knocked back with an attack instead of a grab. It is still a lot of damage though, even though it's a half collision. There are a lot of knockbacks, but in this no upgrade run, we're gonna have only one knockback, and it's the Veiler, which is the ender of the light combo. Now just watch this trick shot and I don't need to say anything. I'm telling you, fancy stuff. Now we got the rage. What I'm trying to do here is I wait for the Minotaur to kind of... I don't want him to rush towards me because I want to do this. Look at the damage. You'll love to see it. That other Minotaur got destroyed just because I was kind of far from him. Then I threw the sentry. Again, this is only with the sentries. It's not other collisions. Other collisions operate way better than that. This gets me talking about the rage mode. So what this rage mode does is that it reduces damage taken by 50%. And it boosts your blade's level to level 3 damage. So it's basically an amplifier. Watch this. Look at the Minotaur. See that? Instantly to the circle. Gone. It reduces damage taken by 50%, the rage mode, and it boosts your blades to level 3, and your secondaries to level 2. However, if you have your blades at level 4, it does not downgrade them to level 3. I tried to showcase a half collision back there with the... See? His friends died as I was snatching him in the air. It doesn't always have to be the slam. Now in here I think I take out that guy in the back. Yes. The full collision worked. And again, this is what you want to utilize. Nothing but just major stuff going on. Don't mind me. We're gonna move on to the second Pegasus section in a second. Which I never realized how short they are, you know? I always thought they were long, like, you know, 5 to 6 minutes, but not really. They're like, this one is maximum 3 minutes. Now again, we're gonna utilize full collisions in here. And it's basically R1 and L1 where Kratos dashes. But first we're gonna have harpies. See that one coming? Boom. I didn't even dash towards him. Because I don't have time to go through that animation. Know what I'm saying? Let me just check if I'm recording. Yeah. Imagine if I forgot to hit the record button. With these guys, just go with triangle, square, triangle, whatever. They don't have a lot of health. Easy stuff. This is a nice section, but I much prefer the wings section in God of War 3. Because they're shorter than this. They require the player's attention, you know, where you don't have to get hit and stuff. But it's better than the biggest section. I love it. I love it more. It's shorter. That's why I like it. Half collision. See, that this is a full collision. Another L1 and another one, he's dead. Boom. L1. There you go. Another one and he's dead. That's what you want to go with. This, again, I need to remind y'all, this is only effective and very hard because enemies are stronger. Let me explain a basic explanation for collisions when you activate rage. So when you activate rage, enemies power percent, their power is 50%, right? Since you have your rage activated. When you have the rage activated, collisions do not really deal heavy damage because you're not taking a lot of damage. Enemies are weaker. When the enemies are weaker, your collisions do not deal heavy damage. So, just wanted to put that out there. With this guy, it's a race. There's a trigger that happens, and the kind of chase starts. See how I'm now fighting him? I'm just trying to get to the trigger as fast as possible. See the thunder up front? I don't know if that's Zeus. That one time Midgard Chronicle did say like it is a nice little detail of Zeus trying to stop you. See the thunder? Anyways, left, down, right, and I get hit. Anyways, up, left. I got it memorized. I got it memorized. Another nice and creative transition. Because why not? That's what we like to do. You didn't expect that, did you? Here's gonna be a pretty nice showcase of collisions. Again, look at this. Boom. And again. Wow, Zesty. You just had to disappoint. I was about to say disappoint. So the Orion's Harpoon for these guys gives you iframes, unlike the normal enemies Orion's Harpoon. This one is just like the Minotaur and the Gorgon, gives iframes. Look at this. Boom. And again. Boom. Do you see that? It's basically like this throw. It is a full collision. Half collisions are done by doing a knockback. That's why the Spear of Destiny is my favorite secondary weapon of all time. It has the shotgun blast and it just blasts enemies to the enemies behind and it destroys. Look at another case of full collisions right here. Grab this. Boom. See how much easier this is with full collisions? Grab them. 50 damage. Grab them. 50. Just like that. These guys have the same Orion's Harpoon as the sentries we just fought. Look at this. Boom. All of them dead. There's going to be a boss fight that is going to be much, much easier when you look at it now. Again, just because it's on very hard. If it wasn't on very hard, these collisions that are occurring right now, me throwing a dog to another, me throwing an enemy towards another, they wouldn't do this much damage. Now we get to the Cerberus. Look at the Orion Harpoon. Okay, now I grab whatever. Look at this. It is as easy as pie. Just grab one and throw him to the Cerberus. Boom. You can change the target with the right analog as well. I don't even grab this Cerberus. Boom. Just destroy him with full collisions. And again. Boom. I kind of feel really angry about the devs not explaining collisions. Not even a little bit. It's like Bayonetta has the same problem with dodge offset, but it at least explains it in the settings. God of War 1 and 2 not explaining collisions is just something very stupid in my opinion. Because it's basically the combat system. I don't know how you don't explain something like that. Like, there are reasons why I never played this in this style back when I was a kid, and then all the time even when I grew up until I met Zim. I never knew about collisions and stuff. The combat is much deeper than what it shows. Look at this full collision right here. This. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the best full collision ever. The 360 toss. You're gonna see it in a second. Because in the animation, as Kratos is turning the enemy in a 360 animation, that 360 is also a full collision. That's the great thing about it. Now, I do have Typhon's Bane right now, and I can trick with it. And I don't know if I'm gonna have a lot of tricking cases right now, but it will happen at some points, and I will explain it. Tricking is basically pressing L2. Hold on, let me just adjust the mic. Tricking is basically pressing L2 as an enemy is about to attack. You don't want to hold the left analog anywhere. You just want to stand in your place and press L2. And you just don't take damage. Look at this. All of them gone. See, like, how do you not explain a system like this? A deep system. Like, it has a lot of depth to it. The harder the enemy, the better the collision. This did get removed in God of War 3, the collision stuff, but they removed it for the battering ram, but we don't want to talk about that. Again, I'm gonna loop this girl with the Orion Harpoon. When you have her against the wall, it happens the same thing. And this Orion Harpoon does a nice full collision damage as well. Boom. Instantly destroys the enemy behind her. Now it's gonna be a pretty nice showcase, I guess, of me throwing this siren to another siren like this. Look. Boom. That just dealt heavy damage to the siren behind her. Look at her die. Did you see that? Collisions really affect the enemy behind the enemy. You know, the one you throw this enemy towards. Not the actual enemy that you throw. Although that still does some neat damage. Kiro. By the way, these guys attack when they do their scream thing. You can easily avoid it by... Destroyed, man. Destroyed. You can easily avoid it by jumping. So there is that. And now on to the second best boss fight in this game.
Let us finally see who is the greatest warrior in all of Greece.
Oh, let's see. Block. Boom. Square, triangle, square, triangle. It hits for a deep hit. Look at the hit counter this time. Look at the hit counter when it happens. I will at him sometimes because the grab does a lot of damage as well. You know the grab that he does? Look at the hit counter. 10. Even though I only hit him once. This attack is the buffered launcher. You block. The moment he stops attacking, you let go and you hold triangle. Kratos instantly does the launcher. Look at the hit counter. 10. Just for the slam. Boom. Square, triangle, square, triangle. For a nice deep hit. And we're easily on to the next stage. Or phase. Boom. This buffered launcher is also in God of War 3. Here you want to stay close to him and square, square, triangle him because it hits with deep hits, as you can see. Look up close. Look at the hit counter. Boom. Not this time because he kind of evaded, but look at this. You basically get that point. If you're close enough to a big enemy, doing a plume does double damage. Look. Did you see that? The hit counter turned to 16 instead of just 15. Boom, and again. Boom, boom. If you do this right here, if you do this, square, triangle, square, triangle. If you get him bounced with the bravery, which is the first triangle, you want to continue the combo until you do the spirit, which is the last big slam. In here you want to space out your bow shots, because sometimes you might be missing if you just wail at him as fast as you can. Also, this is good because it keeps him stunned. And now I'm gonna try tricking, aka going through attacks and not taking damage. Look at this. L2. L2. You don't need to shoot, just press L2. It doesn't even take magic. Look. I'm shooting just to kind of play it fancy. Now with full collisions again, the Minotaur. Boom. That's a half collision, sorry. There is no full collisions. And now I'm going to showcase another half collision, which is by attacking. With a knockback. Boom. The Minotaur behind him took a lot of damage back there. And then again. Boom. It's basically the idea right here. I tried to pick him up, but I couldn't. And did you see that other Minotaur get vaporized? That is the idea. Even half collisions deal heavy damage. You always want to favor them. Now I grabbed these Minotaurs in here because grabbing them gives more magic orbs. So I always felt like grabbing them. And again, spaced out bow shots. Trick. Trick. You simply press L2. You can even do it with Euryal's head. And in the air you can also trick in God of War 2 with Euryal's head and bow of Typhon, and it's by just holding L2 in the air. But if you shoot a single bow shot, or you know, if you beam any enemy with the Gorgon, with the Euryal head, I guess. Look at this. Boom. And he's knocked back to the enemy, but he blocked it. The enemy behind him blocked it. Yeah, if you shoot anything while in the air pressing L2, your iframes are gone, so best watch out. This boss is amazing, honestly. There's just a lot to manage. And another knockback. Boom. See, it's all about aligning enemies in this game. Sad that they took away the redirection of Orion's Harpoon like God of War 1, but they still compensated to it, so... You saw me activate Rage at the end of the slam back there, you know, right as the slam was about to hit the ground. That's because I wanted the slam to do more damage, and when you activate Rage, you guessed it, your blades turn into level 3 blades. The damage output is level 3 blades. This is going to be especially important later on when we get the level 2 of the Rage mode. Yes, there's a level 2 Rage mode. You get it against the Kraken. That Rage mode is a whole other thing. Enemies, you take 75% less damage, and your blades are maxed out, your secondaries are maxed out, everything is maxed out when the Rage is activated, that, you know, when you get the level 2. Usual dodges against Theseus. Again, the usual. Boom. Did you see that? He flew to his friend and he damaged him. I'm always gonna bring it up so that it is understood in the best way possible, since the game decided to not explain it. Missed opportunity. And again, launch him, Orion's Harpoon. Note that I'm always aligning them, then I'm doing my thing. So you need to align them. Let me just adjust my mic. That sounded like I broke the neck of my mic, but it's fine. You saw me activate Rage with the plume, which is this. I did it again. You don't want to do that. It does, of course, you know, amplify the damage, but you don't want to do it for these normal plumes. You usually want to do it for the big slam and stuff. You don't want to do it for these plumes. You want to do it for Spirit. Spirit is the last slam again. amplifying attacks is one hell of a thing. It's going to be extremely helpful later on with the Barbarian Hammer, since it does a lot of damage at level 1, right? Imagine what happens at max level Barbarian Hammer. And that's exactly what you get when you activate the Rage mode. Boom. Now notice how I waited for the Minotaur to face me, then I did the knockback that I wanted to do. Because if the enemies are not facing you, they kind of get launched to wherever they're facing. See, that's a good amplification right there. And again, boom. That did do a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Look at him come. I mean, don't look at him come, but you know. Again, another amplification. Boom. That slam basically did the level 5 blades. Level 3 blades damage. It only gets much better with the level 2 rage mode. Just wait. I think it's done in here. I think I give him one more bow shot. Nah, it's not done. One more rep. Notice this time, if I do the knockback with the light combo finisher, you're gonna understand what I talk about. I always wait for the Minotaur to face me completely, so that when I knock him back, he goes to his behind and not anywhere else. Except I did the Orion's Harpoon, which is a much safer thing. Boom. And here we are. I got hit. I tried to hit him and then Orion Harpoon him, but the game thought other things. Boom. I don't know why I tried to block these things. You can't block this guy's key blasts. Come on, Zesty. And look at this knockback. As usual, this guy got fucked with half collisions. Now with General Kratos, just because you take more damage, that means enemies are stronger. When enemies are stronger, collisions are also stronger. And you connect the dots. You see me do... I just did that amplification of the plume again. You don't want to do that. That's very bad. You don't want to waste your rage like that. And it's done. Sad that Kratos didn't take his weapon and maybe kind of upgrade it to the Spear of Destiny later on. Because why didn't you do that, honestly? Imagine if he took this spear and then kind of mixed it with the Spear of Destiny. It's weird how much, it is actually weird that we didn't get the Spear of Destiny. I guess it's something they didn't think about. You know, when you fought the Griffin and the whatever rider. Maybe they thought later, okay, let's make Kratos take the spear that he knocked the Griffin with at the start of the game. Here, I think I showcase a pretty cool boundary exploit. I'm not into boundary exploits in this game that much because, yeah. When I'm handicapped, of course, and in spots that call for it, of course. But this spot right here is very fun and easy, so I just wanted to do it for the sake of showcase, and it's just pressing R1 near this gate. You enter and the enemies break. Just like that. Boom. And you do half collisions, basically, by just knocking them back or whatever. Just wanted to showcase it. And again in here. It's kind of safe, you know? If you're really trying to be hella safe, that's what you want to go with. Look at the Minotaur get destroyed. Actually, he didn't, but if he got in the way of these Orion Harpoons against that Fate's Guardian, he would have been destroyed. Boom. And I amplified it at the end. Again, whenever I activate Rage, my blades do level 3 blades damage, so there's that. Die. Again, throw these guys to each other. Easy stuff. You don't want to deal with these nymphs. Or Hades nymphs, I guess. Annoying motherfuckers. We're gonna get to an encounter right now that I'm gonna use the camera to stupid effect, but I do correct myself later on. You basically want to get to the lower right corner and just fight them there. Actually, without the amulet. Fuck the amulet. I'm fighting them out here in the open, and it's kind of problematic. Like, yes, it's good. You can stop time and do your thing. But it's much better off to come over here. It's the safest thing. Just right here. Because the camera's close. You won't get enemies attacking off screen. And it's just a nice way of using the camera to your advantage. See, you just launch them. Boom. That might or might not hit the enemy behind her. Him, sorry. Wraiths are men, I guess. I do turn stupid in here and I do it again. I activate the amulet again, which, come on. You can do it if you have patience, but I don't. You're much better off staying in this corner. Just to take things safer. This one's down. The nymph. That air grab of nymphs and harpies and stuff is also a full collision. The rage isn't the best, but it is a thing. Boom, did you see that? I destroyed the wraiths with this throw in the air. I love the theme that's playing here. The Battle of the Kraken is playing. Here I use full collisions, but alternate Orion's harpoons like this. Hold circle when you launch them. Boom, and you get this. Just a nice showcase of alternate Orion harpoons happen here. Except I might even try air grabs a lot. I have a video where I destroy these Cyclops enemies purely by using the boars. And yes, he can grab the boars as well. Boom. That dealt heavy damage. Trick. You're gonna see me trick a lot in here, which is gonna be a good thing. Boom. See, that is a full collision. I don't want this boar to die because I can deal heavy damage thanks to this boar. Look. I basically destroyed that Cyclops with that one right there. And again, boom. You see that? And now we're gonna trick like this. See that? You can wail at a Cyclops or any enemy you want. And I amplified a plume like an idiot. You want to amplify these and not the plumes. Because it's just a waste of rage. You know, it's not just the rage. When you activate rage, it's not that it kind of picks up when you have the rage. There's a chunk that gets kind of drained from you first. Then the rage starts slowly draining. And you don't want to waste that kind of chunk on a plume. The theme that is playing in here is fitting, honestly. It's just why use it here. Could have used anything else. Could have used Glory of Sparta in here. Because this theme should have been more special for fighting Zeus. But it is what it is. The Barbarian Hammer. He rushes at you Elden Ring style. You want to dodge him, attack with square. Or, you know, I activated the Chronos Rage right here. But you want to attack with square. And he circles around you and boom, you land this. If I kind of managed my rage better, I would have had some much stronger attacks going on for him right now. But hey. This is a really, really nice boss fight. Again, just a problem of positioning happened back there. Nothing that personal, kid. These are blockable. Thank you for showing that, Zesty. Again, strafe, and then square. Boom. Eventually he'll get down. I do use magic as well, since why not? But I keep a teeny bit of magic left just so that I can trick with it. So that I can press L2 and not take damage with the Typhon's Bane. Strafe, and then attack. This is the approach for Pain Plus as well. But again, we don't need to talk about that now. I uploaded the God of War 1 no damage video today. Or yesterday, actually, sorry. And it's one hell of a video. You should really watch it. It is a mainstream type video that I also explain collisions in. And God of War 1 is stupid, mad, crazy, bitch, son of a bitch ass bitch. For when it comes to stuff like collisions and all. Because you can redirect Orion's harpoons in that game. Stupidly wasted all my magic like an idiot. Now I can't trick. God of War 1 allows you to redirect Orion's harpoon, and it basically shapes your approach to encounters. It's very good. Since you can, you know, redirect an enemy slam animation, and you destroy whoever you want. There is a risk, however, in this that you don't have iframes. Now in here he doesn't take damage, right? But I still hit him because I'm building up rage. You can still hit him for building up rage. Which rage is built the best when you attack with square. When you hit the enemy a lot. Not slams and stuff. Block the fire, grab. Grab everyone in here. Rage is built by attacking with square in here in no upgrade 1+. Grabbing enemies is also good to building it up a little, but you mainly want to attack enemies. Like, see the Barbarian Hammer, I know he's not taking damage in here, but I still attack him to build up some rage. Which God of War 2 has the best rage mode ever. For obvious reasons. Other than it amplifying stuff, the moves are amazing. And you have the Inferno, I guess it's called. But you build up more than 25 hits, you press L1 and Kratos just uses the tornado and he just destroys everyone. And now the boat in.
No, not you again.
Oh, but it's me again. Be gone. And boom. See, right now when he's transforming, he's not taking damage, but I still hit him. Because rage. You're gonna see a good case of tricking and deep hits in here. Trick. Trick. There are gonna be some attacks that I'm gonna do that I'm gonna kind of get to his right, and I'm gonna be able to get some deep hits in, and you'll see. Right here. Square, triangle, square, triangle. And that plume hit for double damage. I can also get him in a loop, as you can see right here. But this requires some luck. Or some setup, actually, not luck. Again, a poorly timed trick back there. Look at the hit counter. Square, square, triangle. And it does 2 hits. Just because I'm close enough and I'm doing my thing. See, a really nice case of tricking. When he does that attack where he turns around and hits you with the hammer, it is very good because sometimes you strafe right behind him. And you can do the thing that I did a couple of seconds ago. Here I finished him and he shrinks. Roll back and then into him when he does that thing. Block the fire and attack. Block stuff. Roll back and into him when he does that thing. I don't know why I'm not using Chronos Rage here, but it is what it is. This is my favorite section, by the way, in God of War 2. The Bog of the Forgotten. It starts with fighting the Barbarian King, and it ends with fighting Uriel, or Uriel, as I called her all my life. It is my favorite section because it just has a lot of creative encounters, a nice boss fight, and it's done. And of course, censorship, right? Yes. It is my favorite section. You'll see why. There are a lot of really creative encounters and back to back to back to back to back encounters. It's so nice. Here we got the best tool this entire challenge will ever lay eyes on. The Barbarian Hammer. This thing does stupid damage, but we're not going to use it here against these guys because they have a lot of armor. This thing is stupid. This thing is fucking stupid. You want to usually do triangle, triangle, and cancel it with the bow animation. Except you want to hold the left analog somewhere so that you kind of... The bow whipping animation does not occur. It's just Kratos instantly holding the bow. Destroyed. 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 Here we have Beast Lords. Grab all of them. Except I'm not that patient and I think I'm gonna try something else. Yeah, it's gonna be Orion's Harpoons. Notice the Orion's Harpoon animation in here. It's not gonna be just the slam that does damage. See this? Boom. It killed that guy behind me just because he got caught in the animation. Ring out. And here I showcase a strat for no upgrade runs. No upgrade run, no grab runs. Which is come over here and do your thing like that. You can even bonk him with triangle. Which is your base DPS option is just triangle, triangle. You either cancel it with a block or with the bow. With the bow is much better, but... yeah. Bonk. Bonk. Here I use full collisions against the Skeletors as well. Boom. These guys, when they kind of get down to the ground and they turn into billions of pieces, they heal. They heal like 20 HP. Boom. Boom. Look at the Barbarian Hammer. Look at it. Easy stuff. On to the next two skeletons. This thing's damage is stupid. And now that you know about tricking, you should have no problem with Barbarian Hammer. Since you know tricking, you don't need to dodge every time or evade or roll. Grab this guy, aim the analog towards the Beast Lord and mash circle to get the Orion's Harpoon. Except I failed it. Swear to God I sometimes get it, but hey. I still go for the setup since I need those full collisions. See, they're hitting the Cyclops. But it's done. Boom. Boom. Look at tricking. Trick. Attack. Trick. Attack. Attack. Easy. See? See how much better the Barbarian Hammer gets simply by knowing about tricking? Infinite Orion Harpoon loops. And I decided to end him stylishly. Boom. And I decided to style on this guy because I'm stylish. Style. Grab, weave, style, weave, launch, boom. I love playing around. Boom. The usual with these guys. What a kill! Zesty, what a kill. I wish I was as good as you, Zesty. Damn. Ooh. Boom. And it's done. Here, you don't need to do this. Just go down and grab one. You can throw it towards the rock. Boom. Towards Dwayne Johnson like that. And now you have access to the grapple stuff. Every second you see something go wrong, just do the grapple. Like do this and then instantly cancel it with a grapple. That's basically what you want to go with. Even if you're knocked down and you see a lot of enemies attack, you can use the grapple to your advantage. As you see, this fire hits below itself as well. It's not just where it's shown. The hitbox is amazing for that. See, I saved myself from getting hit back there simply by using the grapple. God of War 2 has a very glaring issue, and is that when you drop from the air while blocking, when you get to the ground, your block turns off for like a split second. And let me tell you, a split second is the most important thing in God of War. Just grab her, Zesty, please. Yes. So if you drop from the air, if you're blocking the entire time in the air, when you drop on the ground, the block turns off for a second. Which is stupid. It did get fixed in God of War 3 and Ascension, but the damage is already done. Like, it's prevalent in God of War 2 and God of War Chains of Olympus. And to some extent in God of War 1 as well, I think. But I'm not sure. But yeah. I didn't explain anything in here because it's pretty straightforward. If you want to get the Orion Harpoon after grabbing one of these guys, just aim the analog towards them and mash circle. You almost always get it. Boom, everyone's dead. See? The Bog of the Forgotten. Full of encounters. I freaking love it. Did. Now in here you want to grab these guys and throw them outside. You don't want to fight them forever. The other kind of wheel that is going to come up next is much better. You'll know why. There's going to be a little combo with square, square, triangle into air, square with the hammer. And it's going to make a lot of things easier, and you'll see. In here you can do it as well, but it's not that the enemies are not placed so well. So in here, look at it. So you go square, square, triangle. Boom. Just like that. This is called the Haristos hammer attack. Although I don't know if Haristos came up with it, but you know. He did come up with a lot of things. At this point you don't know what is his discoveries and what are, you know, God Mode God and others' discoveries like Taz 1 or Shinobier. Now with this guy we're gonna exploit a sleep spot, and it's running back to the chest. You want to go to the upper right corner and I activate rage so that I can do level 2 hammer damage. I'm completely safe when I'm in the corner. You don't want to do that with the blades. I did it on accident. Retreat back to the chest. He goes back to sleep. Go back to the upper right corner, the upper right corner to be completely safe. You can attack and he does this attack and you're safe. If he does the spinning attack, he does slap you. So, of course, do be wary. We go back to the sleep spot so that we can bait his slam attack where he goes batshit crazy. Just starts slamming the ground. That's what we want. You can use a sleep spot against another Titan Minotaur that's gonna come up later, but you can't do it against the Titan Minotaur inside of Atlas. Just fancy stuff. Don't mind Zesty. Rope combat in this game. Now that's something I'm not that familiar with. Because there's like, what? 2 rope sections. But they are still important, so yeah. I kinda hate it. I wish it was never a thing. Like, you have every type of combat in God of War. Rope combat is not one of them that I enjoy. Boom. 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 Come on, Zesty, you can do it. And now we're gonna approach and we're gonna fight the Cerberus in a couple of seconds. But I am gonna showcase a way to get rage, to build up rage basically. By simply hitting this guy. He's not Jason, I don't know his name, but In here I'm trying to block thinking I have the golden fleece. Boom. Loop her with the Orion's harpoon against the wall like this. I'm gonna waste a little bit of rage, or maybe I not even waste any rage actually, I don't know. Gorgons are dangerous, so do mind them. When there's an exploit to them, you're gonna know a little bit later when you press circle on them, they instantly do the beam. Look at this, I'm building up rage off of hitting him. See? Just want to showcase this. If you're running low on rage mode, just wail on this guy, cause fuck him.
Let the rage of the Titans drive your blades, Kratos.
And now the Serbi. Block his fire flamethrower thing. Attack with triangle. With the barbarian hammer. Boom. The damage output is way too much with the barbarian hammer. It's unfair. There are pretty cool strats for deep hitting in here, but I'm not trying to do that. Since you have the barbarian hammer, that's what you want to go with if you want to output a lot of damage. Boom. 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 Most of this guy's attacks are blockable, except for the fireballs. He swallows the golden fleece. For the longest, I never thought this fire attack that he's doing would be blockable, but it is. The music in here is slapping. It slaps any day of the week. I started tricking with the Chronos Rage. Even though I wouldn't call it tricking since you're actually losing magic, but I was like, why not? Let's output more damage. Boom. He's almost done. And then I'm gonna showcase a strat on the Gorgons that you wanna exploit every chance you get. And here we get the coolest parry thing in the world. Now this thing, when you parry with it, it causes knockback, and you know what knockbacks are? They are half collisions. So you connect the dots. Gorgons, boom. And you want to use the barbarian hammer to shatter statues. It is the best thing. See that grab? It instantly makes her do this beam. Boom. Always use the barbarian hammer to shatter statues. And another grab. Beep. Look at these statues and how easy they're gonna get broken. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. The Golden Fleece, both the Return and the Revenge, you know, I think the Revenge is the one that he does on the ground, the slam. They cause knockback, and knockbacks are half collisions, and they're very good, especially in crowded spaces. Although the parry is not that effective against grunts and stuff, it is, however, effective against these small enemies that get knocked back. I'm sorry. Even the projectile parrying, when you hit a siren with it, maybe for example, it sends the siren flying, and you know what that is. A half collision. And half collisions are nice. 25 damage is very nice. Again, I baited this guy by false grabbing him. I'm gonna showcase it in a second, I'm sure. Boom. He has this slam attack that he has actually a thing you can do with him, just like the Gorgon, and it's basically grabbing him. Look at how I aligned this Legionnaire to kind of do the Orion harpoon loop, and it catches him. Look, boom. See that? Is damaging this Minotaur in front of me, which is my favorite Minotaur design. See? Boom. Except he blocked that second one. I'm gonna show the false grab exploit against the other Minotaur in a second. Boom. And this guy does not want to die, it seems. That is also a full collision, you know, grabbing these legionnaires and pressing X. Here I showcase it. So grabbing this guy at any point of his animations does makes him do this. You can trick through it and get behind him and destroy him. Look, hold L2, get behind him, destroy. Grab him. See how I parried? If you block, it sends him back, and it's way too useful, like this. See? It's gonna be more useful later on. Boom, cancels him out of his animation. Destroy him from the back, just like that. Like, hit that boy up from the back! That is a strat for Pain Plus that I tried to showcase, but let's not do that again, okay, Zesty? This one right here. See? It's a nice setup for deep hits. It's a really nice punish for these Minotaurs. You're gonna go square, triangle, but you want to whiff the first square that you do. You're gonna know later on when we do the Pain Plus run. For now that you have the Barbarian Hammer, you wanna always just get behind him and destroy him with the Barbarian Hammer. So when you have that, why use the Blaze for damage output, right? Now the Legionnaire Captain. Get up. I'm gonna loop him with the Rhine Harpoon again. Or I think I used... Yeah, I'm gonna showcase this. Notice how he's jumping around like a fish? It is very useful against satyrs as well, against the spawners as well, against a lot of fellas. You're gonna see it later on. Anyways, Euryale. There's this right here. Get it to that position, and then you can come over here and safely attack her. See? This is the safest way to deal with her. Easy stuff. When she gets kind of way too close to comfort, right now she can enter that corner, right? You want to go and bait her to kind of get... Here I showcase how to fight her without this exploit, but if you, of course, want to make this easier on yourself, just get to that corner. You basically want to drag her up here. When she follows you there, then you want to go to the corner, and then she's going to try to crawl up there, and she cannot get there. And it's easy stuff on there. I let her freeze me and then delay my escape a little, so that she does this and I can wail on her. You should delay it just a little bit, not a lot. That's the first pillar. You can kind of get her in a loop sometimes, but I couldn't get it. I let her freeze me, delay a little bit, then escape, but then she does this thing. Instead of doing her usual fire, not fire, petrification balls. Let's call them that. You can get her in a loop with this triangle, but I didn't really get it. Sometimes you can make this really easier on yourself. This phase is hella hard. Her attacks are way too delayed and fast, and I don't know. And again, you want to use this exploit. Easy stuff. Again, come back to your daily routine of doing this. Pretty easy stuff. This is the easiest way to seldom no damage her. Except I didn't no damage her. I think I got hit back there. I don't really care about no damaging stuff, since I feel like getting penalized this much for taking damage is not that fair of a thing. You should still try to never get hit though, but if you do, if an encounter goes really wrong, you wanna kind of perfect it better, but 1 hits, 2 hits aren't that big of a deal. Here we got Uriel's head. The best petrification tool in the history of humanity. You can use this thing to trick as well. I don't know if I showcase it in here or not. You can also fast trick between Typhon's Bane and Euryale's head by holding L2 and switching between the two while you're stationary. But I didn't show it here. It acts the same way as the Typhon Bane. You can destroy this guy without even stopping time. I don't need to, but I still did, so why not? In Pain Plus, you cannot use the amulet to stop time, by the way. Unless it's a puzzle. This guy is gone. Now I wait for the Olympus Fiends. Orion's Harpoon. That other guy did get caught with it, which was good. Another set is gonna spawn in a second. I think I'm gonna damage this little Juggernaut with these right here. See this? And again, hold the analog towards him, and you're destroying everyone. I think I don't even grab this guy. Yep, pretty much. I think one more is gonna spawn now, and it's gonna, yeah, he's gonna be taken care of. No need to slow down time, Zesty. You can do it. And it's done. Beheaded. Now this right here is of course all grabs, since it's doggies. Nothing that personal, kid. What I should explain is what happens when you get to the ceiling. You'll see. There are multiple strats on what to do when you get to the ceiling. Since 2 dogs start spawning every time you kind of lift this, or not lift, but take the elevator down, look. There is this strat right here where you simply go square triangle, go for the Orion's Harpoon. You destroy the dog in front of you and the dog that you're Orion harpooning. There's another strat that revolves around just simply grabbing the dog. But I didn't go with it, I still went with the Orion Harpoon in here. The best one I think is just grabbing the first dog and throwing him to the other one. The other one dies and then you wail at him with the hammer. But this Orion Harpoon loop still works really nice. Since it is a full collision, a lot of full collisions happening. I think I showcased another one, yes. And it's the grab, right? Yeah. Boom. And then wail at him with the hammer. You're gonna see this multiple showcases of strats in the translator section as well. I did get it, I think, second try in this run. Because I got it nailed down kind of pretty good right now. But I still didn't go with it. I wanted to showcase things that could go wrong while doing the translator section. It is the hardest section to do in No Upgrade Run Plus. So I'm gonna have multiple footage of the translator. I think 4 attempts. 2 of them I failed. One of them I almost get it. I could have gotten it, but it was kind of dirty, so no. With this guy, rush to the upper right corner as he spawns and do your thing. When he's done, retreat back to the chest. He goes to sleep. Harpies. I'm just bad with harpies. After getting rid of the harpies, rush towards his upper right again and do your thing. Yeah, with the translator, there are 2 attempts that I fail at. One attempt that I could have won, but I didn't want to do it because it got ugly. Like, I could have done it much better. And then finally, maybe the 4th attempt where I get it perfectly. It's so good. And they're down. And now in here, you want to go to the end to draw the skeletons. Keep them close. When you have all of them lined up like this, launch one of them, Orion Harpoon. Except I failed at doing that pretty well, so... You want to space them out. With these guys, if you stay at mid to far range, they start taunting like stupid. If you're close, they attack. If you're far, see that taunt? You want to abuse it. And now here's this cool section. Then I'm gonna showcase a really nice clip in it. I'm pretty sure you've all seen it. Anyways, grab, boom, go. I don't know if I showed this much. I don't think I showed this. With this guy, I wait for him to attack. I parry, knockback, and then I go for another knockback that he blocks, but he still goes down. And now to the beautiful clip that I made the other day with the "This is Sparta!" And I knock him down. But first I need to get rid of him. Kinda knock him back a little. Launch him. Pretty much. The Hall of Atropos or Atropos or Atrocious or Atreus if you're really generous. You want to get over here, grab Orion's Harpoon, boom. And again, it's a narrow hallway kind of place. So you will not miss if you do the Orion's Harpoons. These guys are extremely dangerous. Boom. There are a lot of really difficult enemies in God of War 2. And by difficult, I mean every category. Annoying, a basic tank enemy. Boom. A lot of stuff go into difficult. That's one down. The one behind this one is down. I swear to God, if I amplify another plume, I'm gonna fucking choke Zesty. We can't really hate on Paz Zesty right now. He's playing way better than he used to. Boom. Bam. Bam. I love doing that. Just the air triangle into square, like... I canceled with the bow in the air, so there is that, but hey. This is your DPS tool. Look, triangle, triangle, and I'm canceling it with the bow. Easy stuff. Now we have spawners. These are the most hated enemies by anyone. Because they spawn enemies off screen. It's pretty simple how to deal with one of them. Grab them. Go up to the ear. Triangle with the Barbarian Hammer. And grab them again. There are other ways. And it's to triangle with the Barbarian Hammer and to Chronos Rage on the ground. But I don't think I tried against this guy. He's down. Another set spawn. I think against this guy I tried. It's basically the... yeah. Boom. Go to town with him. And again. See? You get him kind of trapped. He cannot escape your grip. And this son of a bitch spawned another Minotaur. I think I take it safe with this guy and only grab. Yes. And another grab. Boom. And this time he's dead. Now these Minotaurs have weird attacks. They have an attack that hits you, but it connects, but it doesn't instantly take damage. You get into a QTE thing. Boom. And you know the usual. Basic knockbacks. Beautiful. Boom. Even in God of War 1, you can do these knockbacks and they deal heavy damage to the enemies behind. Boom. Amplify that. See, the enemy behind the guy that gets knocked back is taking a lot of damage. Not the enemy that is getting knocked back. He is taking damage, but not as much as the guy that he's hitting while flying away. Die! You're a child! And it's done. There you go. Catch that harpy in the... Oh, I caught the harpy. Interesting. Alternate Orion Harpoon for that sweet 360 toss. God, when I learned about the alternate Orion's Harpoon, man. This game was never the same. These guys get knocked back way down, so kind of want to know what you're doing. Your child! Done. You want to activate Uriel's head? Or Uriel's head? Fuck it. Keep your distance with these fellas. They're dangerous. Their mom doesn't like them, so you should know what you're doing. You want to align them and keep your distance with them and start freezing. As I demonstrate. Boom. And it's done. As easy as that. I'm bad against flying enemies in general, by the way. Have I mentioned that? Get your ass down. It's not just harpies. Although the God of War 1 harpies are more manageable than God of War 2 harpies. God of War 2 harpies are just too... I don't know, they're just bad shit crazy. That's how I can describe them. Especially the Hades ones. They slam 50 times if you're close to them. They do not stop until you kind of get your distance with them. Well, if this guy with the barbarian hammer, I back away because I wanted to use these guys for Orion's harpoon, but I missed. This time I won't miss. Pretty basic stuff. Based zesty. The barbarian love. And he's done. Get rid of this guy, and then another one's gonna spawn. Whoa. Okay, he's destroyed. He is destroyed, son. And to finish up with that neck breaker. Beautiful. I thought I could ring him out in here, but I couldn't, so... I thought you could ring out enemies, but you can't. I love doing that, honestly. This whole... I canceled it with the bow, by the way, in the air. If you ever see me do it again. Pay close attention and you'll see how I cancel it. I love the barbarian hammer, man. It's just fucking stupid. Okay, Zesty, stop doing that, please. It's like, I get tired of my shit, you know? I imagine what people like God Mode God and Zim do when they watch me do this shit. Like, I sometimes get tired of my shit. I do some pretty stupid stuff. Since you have the statues, it is pretty easy, so just grab this guy, this harpy. I wanted to Orion harpoon him, but it didn't happen. Grab another one, because another one. And just destroy everyone. Pretty basic stuff. We're gonna reach Perseus in a second. There's just one more. What a smooth kill, Zesty. Chill. We're gonna reach Perseus in a couple of seconds. So, that's good. We are halfway there in the video. This video is gonna be nearly 3 hours long. It does have more gameplay time than God of War 3, but then again, when you count the Pegasus sections, of course it does have longer time. When I first recorded this, I was like, okay, does God of War 2 have more gameplay time than God of War 3? And it does, yes, but then again, it's like the Pegasus section, I wouldn't really consider it real combat. And then again, the encounter system in God of War 2 is different than God of War 3. There is a lot more puzzle fights. With Perseus, he does that attack, which he attacks, I think 7 or 8 times in. When he's done, triangle, triangle. And stay safe and block. Just stay in this corner right here, since there is no sunlight hitting the place. He attacks 8 times, boom, boom. I should have seen that attack come. There are much better audio cues in here as well, but I didn't have headphones as usual. Because I prefer to have other background audio like videos or music playing. Rarely music. I used to play music, but now I don't.
No, not there, over here.
Oh, you don't say, mate. You don't say, governor. This phase is easier. Although he has some... He actually has from some... Look at that. What type of attack was that? What was that supposed to do? You and your sword. As you can see, pretty basic stuff. His other phase that is gonna come after this, where he just has the shield, is more creative, and then I'm gonna maybe talk about some stuff that you can learn. So, boom, you want to knock him to the wall. That does 10 damage, and you wail at him. Now this thing that he does, you can trick, but the timing is very strict. Wall splat does 10 damage, and you wail at him with the hammer again. Actually, I tricked through that, but it's better to not trick through it, I think. Since you can get some attacks in, look, if he does his thing, you can escape and kind of get a lot of attacks in. As you saw me back there, I hit him with a bow shot and it knocked him way back. It's very good. You're gonna see me do it again, surely. See? I decided to at least get one attack with the Barbarian Hammer, dodge this, and just attack again. Sometimes it's better than just tricking through that flash that he does. The solar flare bullshit that he goes with. This is the end. You want to trick against this now. Because he's close by, he's going to do the projectiles. And yeah, that's Perseus. I don't know why I'm showing all this. It's all a blur, nothing is clear. Just skip to the encounter where we get to the two archers and then the Spear of Destiny right now. Let's go. With style. There did. Here we acquire the best weapon in the franchise. See that guy? He flew to the corner and he kept hitting the enemy. That's exactly what you want in some spots. See, I trapped them in the corner and the collision keeps on hitting the enemy and it destroys. It shreks. Anyways, now I'm gonna get to knockbacks with the Spear of Destiny, and it's just beautiful. See that? Having an instant access to a knockback is just more than a blessing, especially when you can do it even in the air. It does some nice damage, and it's not affected with difficulty. The attack literally cannot get better, and it has a nice setup tool, and it is a setup tool. Boom, knockback. Look at this. Boom, instantly to the ear. Reasons why this is the best weapon. Now these sirens, I don't know why I couldn't get it, but I usually go with killing one of the sirens so that another spawns and then I kill two of them at the same time. So that I only have minotaurs to fight and not two minotaurs and a siren. Except in here, I don't know why it didn't happen. Like, pay close attention. I'm gonna get rid of one of these guys. I think right now. And now another siren has just decided to not spawn. She usually does. She does whenever I kill one of the sirens. But when I realized she doesn't, I switched to the hammer here. I decided to kill the siren. You're gonna see a lot of cycling as well. Boom. I waited for the siren. She spawns exactly there. You can use her for Orion's Harpoon. That's why I switched to the Spear of Destiny here. You'll see in a second. Try to lure her away. We want these Orion Harpoons because they're 50 damage, and of course... See? She's dead. Switch back to the hammer. And go back to our basic strats of grabbing these guys. You always want to grab them. It's very good since it cancels them out of every animation that they're doing. You should never do that parry. It does very shitty damage. The main reason you do it is for knockbacks. Nice amplification. That's one down. These Minotaurs are my favorite, honestly. I'm just gonna say it. They're so vicious. Sons of bitches. And done. On to the next encounter, which is... I think I freeze the satyr, but for some reason it takes way too much of my magic. Like, I'm pretty sure something wrong went here. Otherwise, it doesn't take this much magic. Look at this. Look at my magic. Does it usually take this long to freeze a satyr? Then with this guy, I launch him. Infinite Orion Harpoons. Although you can kinda use him for Orion Harpoons on the Juggernauts that just spawned. That's why I'm gonna switch to the spear. Hello, Zesty? Yes. This is a nice weapon, man. A setup tool, instant access to a knockback that causes half collisions. Like, I don't know why I launched this guy right here. I should have just used piercing shards, which is L1 and triangle. The shotgun blast, as I like to call it. I basically forgot in here. Instead of launching the satyr and doing the Orion Harpoon, I should just do this. Yeah, that shotgun blast against them. See, I'm launching him and doing this. Like, why? Boom. It's dead, whatever. Hammer action. This guy's gonna be gone in a second. I switched to the spear just to not go through the whole recovery animation. You're gonna see me do it later on in the Loom Chamber, which is the best fight in the entire series. If you ever do an attack with this thing and... See? I switched to the spear and I'm instantly recovered. And it's the same thing with the spear as well. When I do this, I switch to the hammer instantly. And it cancels the recovery animation. Very good stuff. On to Atlas. This launcher. I just love this launcher, honestly. What a setup tool. It is, it reaches high up and far. Look. How high was that harpy? About as high as Mike Tyson in the 90s. Boom. Alternate Orion Harpoons, but I missed it. Do it again, no problem. Boom. Do it again. Boom. This guy is hella injured. Boom. Miss. I think I keep on Orion harpooning him, if I'm not mistaken. Did you see him fly towards me while I was blasting him away? That's because he wasn't facing me. Wherever his back was facing, that's where he gets knocked back to. He doesn't get knocked back to wherever you want. Since there's a magic chest, I launch him and I slowly start freezing him. And then the piercing shards does good work against statues, as you saw. Right there. I'm gonna use an exploit in here. Here's an air trick. Just like that. I'm gonna use an exploit in here that makes me that allows me to skip this guy's first encounter. So you want to go up to the wall, glide, come back. You want to trick through two of the rocks that he throws. That's one. This time with Riley's head. That's two. Go to the wall again, come back. Slap him 2 or 3 times, retreat, and there you go. I just skipped the first phase, and it's nothing but fighting him, really, so it's nothing that big. And now the wall section. You want to dodge the moment he throws the thing, and not before or after or whatever. You don't want to dodge early because his targeting is stupid. Also, you don't want to dodge by going down. Don't do this. Zesty's just trying to have fun here. You're gonna have this fun when you're good enough. Right now, just go right and left, like this. Now you want to come back and get behind him and destroy with the Barbarian Hammer. Except I failed at doing that. Retreat. Might of the King's Shockwave, just for extra damage. Get behind him. Destroy. That is the strat. I'm canceling my triangle attacks with the bow. Although I don't know why I'm not activating my rage mode. It's done. Right? Oh, it's not. Notice how I'm doing the Might of the King's Shockwave. I'm facing away and then I turn around towards him. Except for this time right here where I did it. Look, I face away and then I turn around. That's how you want to do it. It's all about positioning. And it's done. Now in here, I showcase how good the Might of the King's Shockwave is. So, right now you think these fire shockwaves are not hitting the rocks, but they actually are. There it is. And that's another proof. Pretty easy stuff. Now you can despawn these guys by going back to where you came from. Like, I don't know, I don't showcase it, but you can despawn them. Throw them at each other or throw them towards the place they spawn from to break the rocks easier. Boom. And again, with this one. Or go to town with it with the Barbarian Hammer, whatever, I don't care. Boom. And I'm gonna not climb the wall and just simply do the easy approach of simply get up there without climbing the wall. I don't know why I showed this. It's basically just air grabs. I don't need to tell you about this. We're gonna approach a very hard encounter in this section right here, which is the Atlas Lift. 3 Legionnaire Captains, infinite Harpies until you kill all the Legionnaire Captains. I'm gonna try to freeze the first Legionnaire Captain, and then piercing shards his ass. These Harpies are fucking annoying. As you can see, you can use them for alternate Orion's Harpoon, but it's not a fun time. Doesn't matter how many of these Harpies you kill, they are infinite. I launched both of these guys so that I can freeze both of them. Boom. Boom. And it's done. Trust me, this took, I think, longer than you think to nail down. It's not as easy as I showcased. And it's done. And now, Atlas Quake. But I decided to showcase more of my collisions. And then I decided to showcase the magic. Now, Atlas Quake gets affected with difficulty. Something I forgot to mention about the Nemean Roar in God of War 3. It gets affected with difficulty, meaning nerfed the higher the difficulty goes. Other magic attacks do not get nerfed the higher the difficulty, like Typhon's Bane, Uriel's Head, and Chronos Rage. They don't get nerfed with higher difficulties, so it's awesome. But the Atlas Quake is still good since it kind of launches enemies and it just spreads all of them apart. It's going to be useful in the Translator section that is going to come up in a couple of minutes. Cancel this guy with attacks and then come back over here. You want to cancel both of them. You don't want any Cyclopses in here. Even if you had Cyclopses, they would be easy to deal with, but you don't want them, is the basic point. I came back here to ring out these guys, but Zesty for some reason is not using the piercing shards. There you go. Why am I launching them? I can simply knock them to the netherrealm by just using the piercing shards, but oh well. You can also do this, which is infinite grabs, but hey. And that's a basic showcase. There you go. Come on. Thank you. The piercing shards is a very nice tool that Zesty decided to never use for some reason. Launch him. Okay, not like that. Launch him. See, the reason he got launched backwards, like towards me, was because he wasn't facing me. His back was facing me. That's why him getting knocked didn't really send him flying forwards. There you go. And there you go. There you go as well. That attack of the Beast Lords is honestly really nice. Kinda gets you standing on your toes. It just opens you up. You rush towards this idiot. Boom. Destroy his ass. Sorry. I'm really sick today, so I don't know. In here. You wanna wait? Jump. Air grab. Air grab kills the other nymph as well with a full collision. Wait, jump. Air grab. Air grab. It's kind of rhythmic with how the spikes come up. Kill that one with Riley's head. Jump again. Air grab. Air grab. And it killed the other nymph with the full collision as well. Basically do what I'm doing. Wait. This time when the spikes try to come up, another one spawns. You jump again and air grab double times just to get the other one with a full collision as well. Start using Riley's head to kind of make things easier for yourself. And again, with these spikes, another set spawn. Air grabs are the best since you can kind of subdue your fall. See? It took me longer and I didn't instantly fall into the spikes. There's a full pattern to this, but I haven't gotten it nailed down, but I hope what I just showcased helped. See how I'm jumping and I'm waiting for them to come up so that I can grab them? You don't want to ground grab. And again, the full collisions really work against nymphs. And the Riley's head is very good to take them out. And again, with these spikes, another set spawns, I think. No, I just rushed to the rock. And it's done. Almost. I almost got clapped back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And now we showcase we showcase the most, I guess, tedious encounter in this game, and it's the translator section. Mainly the third wave. It would have been not as tedious if it was. Look, this skip I'm doing right here. So you want to go L1 and X, L1, switch to this hammer again, just cycle through it. There's a tutorial out there for the translator checkpoint. I'm gonna leave it in the description. You want to come over here and do this. Why I'm doing this is not to skip any encounters. I'm not skipping any encounter. I'm just doing this checkpoint exploit right here so that I can, so that if I fail in the third wave of the translator, the game doesn't stupidly respawn me back to the first wave. Here I showcase the high jump again. It's pretty easy, just search it up. Fiddlestick has a lot of videos about it. I will link it down in the comments and the description. So why we do this glitch, why we challenge runners do this, is so that when we die in the third wave, which you're sure known to die, even if you've been playing for 15 years, you're sure to die in here in the third wave. When you do this checkpoint glitch, you respawn at the third wave. I activate the Spear of Destiny in here, so because it's a narrow hallway, setups and knockbacks are way easier. You'll see in a second. The first two waves are good. The third wave is just a fuckfist, and you'll see. Boom. The second wave is going to be a Satyr and two Fate Guardians. And then another Satyr and another two Fate Guardians. And what I'm showcasing right here is going to be a ring out that I'm going to do against a Satyr. You want to go up to the spot, the exact spot where the satyrs spawn. And it's right here, and then turn around. Go to the very end of the room that you picked up this idiot from. Put him right behind this rock, and you stay behind the rock and stay camping like a Call of Duty Ghost player. Use knockbacks. These are half collisions, but they deal beautiful damage. Why not? Boom. Boom. Just like that. Boom. Don't grab sentries in here. I have been unlucky in here and unfortunate where I grabbed one of them, I tossed him, and he was sent flying towards the translator. And it wasn't a beautiful sight, trust me. Just get behind the rock. Boom. And that other sentry's done. Same with the satyr somehow. I toss him because far range, why not? And now I'm gonna showcase the ring out against this guy. You double launch him. You know, after inputting the first triangle, you input the L2 with the Typhon Bane, while holding the analog somewhere to get the cancel smoothly. Then you launch again, and then you ascend and press L1, and he's rung out. You'll see. This is what you want to do. Except not a simple double jump. You want to kind of make it the ascension. Like, this works as well, but it's just iffy. Triangle. Come on, Zesty, you can do it. Boom. And he's out. Now, I'm gonna showcase some attempts of the translator, and I'm gonna try my best to explain what is happening, basically. So now, for the third wave, you want to start by putting him at exactly where the encounter starts. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna pinpoint it on the video right now. You want to drop him exactly behind that pillar that we cross. But before we do that, we're gonna do the exploit for the checkpoint, and it's gonna be pretty clear in a second. So you want to drop him right there when the encounter starts, and you want to double jump. That way you avoid the whole animation. And here I'm doing another high jump so that I can get behind this gate. When you do that, you kind of have more control over Kratos way earlier than usual. Usually Kratos goes through an animation where he puts down the translator and then you can get to action. When you do this glitch where you double jump, Kratos kind of throws the translator in the air, and it's very, very funny. But it is the best thing that you can do, since you want to approach the spawner at first as fast as you can. In here, see, you come back over here and now you're checkpointed. I decided to do this encounter as well because I never like to skip encounters. And that is a knockback. The L1 and X in the air is a knockback. I have a wings only run as well, so if you're ever interested in these types of stuff. Every time you die, you come back right over here. Exactly here. This is where you start again. Instead of starting from the first wave. The game really thought this was a nice idea to make it act as a gauntlet. Stupid, horrendous idea. The encounter is easy on vanilla. I wouldn't say that easy, but you know. Anyways, pick him up. Look where I drop him. I drop him right behind this line. Double jump, approach the spawner. Grab him. After Kratos go through this animation, hold triangle. Boom. This has already failed since that sentry is over there. See how I restarted? It's all about nailing the start. If you see the start fuck up, you don't want to continue. And I'm going to showcase another attempt right now where I get a much better start. This is why I didn't feel like making this a one-time encounter. I wanted to showcase the faults in this whole thing. Again, pick him up, drop him, double jump. Go ahead, delay your grab, and then grab him a little bit. You don't want to instantly grab him. After doing this, hold triangle. Boom. Now this is a perfect position. Grab a dog. Boom. Grab him kind of a little far from the translator. You don't want to grab him very close. Now another set of translators, spawners really spawn. And you want to go to town with them, but this is wrong. See how the dogs are wailing at the translator? I'm kind of busy with these guys right here, but it was way too late. Here's another one. Drop him. Jump. Go to the spawner. Grab him right here. Mash. Hold triangle. Grab this dog. Boom. You don't want to hit the translator. The translator takes collision damage. He gets fucked with one kick. Chronos Rage to cancel these guys from doing their spawning thing. It is very important to Chronos Rage again. As you can see, I'm wailing at him with the Rage. Atlas Quake to spread enemies apart. This guy, I grab him accidentally. I meant to grab the sentry, but here we are. I still don't die, but I felt like restarting. See, like, Atlas Quake did save the thing, and I could have finished it. I think that, yeah, the spawner is even dead. But I decided to restart. In here, this is the wing attempt. Look at this. Pay close attention. I grab this guy right here. Notice how I grab the dog a little away from the translator so that I don't hit the translator accidentally. Boom. Look. See that? Kind of away. I throw this guy towards the spawners. I should have casted Chronos Rage, but I didn't. After this, Chronos Rage. Boom. Boom. Chronos Rage. I guess I didn't. Atlas Quake, whatever. Again, Chronos Rage after 2 hits, and another Chronos Rage. Boom. Boom. And now it's all about cleanup. Pick up this guy. See how Kratos targeted the translator? You do not want to hit the translator with any collisions. The motherfucker takes collision damage, which is completely unfair. There you go. Grab this dog. This is all just a cleanup. All simple things. The hard part is over. You want to use the Chronos Rage when the 2 spawners start spawning. It is very good to interrupt them if you can catch both of them with the Chronos Rage. It's very, very good. And it's done.
I have forgotten the words.
Much harder in Pain Plus, and you'll see whenever we get to it. Right here I have the Barbarian Hammer equipped, just because I wanted more Rage Orbs. I used all my Rage back there. When you have the Barbarian Hammer equipped, if you kill enemies, you gain Rage Orbs. Look at this. See all the Rage Orbs? If you have the Spear of Destiny equipped, you get Magic Orbs. In here I need Rage Orbs, that's why I have this equipped. And here we go again. These knockbacks are good since all the enemies are crawled up together. I want you to rewatch the translator section one more time. It is very, very important. Watch it, hell, watch it infinite amount of times. A lot of things can go wrong, but when you kind of get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. First, you want to kind of get the checkpoint down. Have a manual save at the spot, and you want to just perfect that checkpoint exploit. Without it, you're just gonna take way too long, and it's better to practice the whole section. So yeah. I hope I showcased it good and it was clear. In here, I'm gonna do a pretty quick way to take these guys out, and it's by double launching them, then retreating to the lever. Like this. And I'm gonna do it again. There are other ways. See, I knocked her into the fire. There are billions of ways to go through this. Anyways, back to the translator. I feel like explaining it again. You drop the translator. You double jump. You roll towards the first spawner. The High Priest of Fates or whatever. You want to delay your grab just a split second, and then you grab him at the exact spot I grabbed him, as you saw back there. That way, when you're done with the grab, you hold triangle, and Kratos instantly buffered the launcher, and he launches everyone in front of him. When that happens, when that happens, you want to grab a dog. But first, let's explain this. This encounter is also hard. So, alternate Orion harpoons on these guys works as well. Except these Cerberus guys right here, these triple-headed bitches. They have a thing called Shrink, and they don't take damage. If you thought you were the only one tricking in this run, you're sadly mistaken. Boom. You want to favor the alternate Orion's harpoon, or even better, the ground grab of the Cerberus seats. It's a full collision. I just didn't favor it here because I wanted to showcase the alternate Orion harpoon. And because it's kind of iffy. It's way too iffy for my liking. Like, the targeting is weird. Sometimes I want to hit somewhere else and Kratos just turns around stupidly. Boom, see? And you can loop it. And that's one Cerberus down. This encounter is also really hard in here. This section is filled with challenging encounters. Boom. This can go many ways, so do be careful. When you get any chance you want to will with the Barbarian Hammer, trust me. Especially in a couple of seconds where the Juggernauts are gonna spawn. Boom. These dog throws are really nice since they are full collisions and not halves like God of War 1. So there is that. You don't want more Cerberus enemies. Like these seeds, you don't want them to transform. Big no-no. Having a Cerberus around with the you know, fellas that are gonna spawn right now, the Juggernauts, is not the worst thing in the world, and you'll see why. Because they can spawn some of these seeds and you can use them for full collisions on the Juggernauts, which is still a really nice thing. By the way, for the translator, I have made I have live streams that you can watch where I do the translator section. If not, you can surely watch Haristo Zimnas. He has a lot of walkthroughs of God of War 2. Pretty easy translator showcases in there. Also, do know that it will take you time to kind of perfect it. So don't be in a extreme hurry. Just be patient with it and learn it slowly. It will piss you off. It's so frustrating. Believe me when I say I love the Clone War way more than it. So, even though the Clone War is way too unreasonably hard. Now another Cerberus and Juggernauts. You're gonna see what I meant by using Cerberus seeds for full collisions in a second. This. Although not completely the ground grab, since it stupidly pushes enemies away from you for some stupid reason. Now the Juggernauts, you want to wail at them with the hammer, but be more careful. They're not like the other Juggernauts. These guys are tanks. There is some stuff with them, and it's that if you shoot them with a bow, they start running after you, which you can use to isolate one of them. Still a good thing. See, notice how I'm favoring the alternate Orion's Harpoon instead of the ground grab for the seeds. That's because the ground grab kind of pushes enemies away, and I hate it. Slap this bitch. Go to town with a Barbarian Hammer. Boom. I hope I grab that Cerberus, yes. Now we're going to be left with two Juggernauts, and it's going to be a pretty clear showcase of how to deal with them. You want to have one at a far range so that he starts taunting more. And you're busy with one. They have an attack where they damage you while running. That attack that this one just did. It is called the chest check. He hits you with his chest right before slapping you with his weapon. Sorry. See that bow shot made him run? That's exactly what you want. See how I got hit with that sprint attack he did? Fucking annoying. They just have a lot of health. That's one down. Notice how the other one was always taunting because I was busy with this one? That's because we're kind of far away from this guy. That's why. These guys are going to be much more problematic later with the Loom Chamber, and you'll see. You really want to space out your hits as well. It's dangerous. Don't know why I paused there. Now, these guys, you want to ring them out. You don't want to really get busy with them. Except I do a shitty job at doing so. So doing a spirit kind of reaches them. You'll see in a second. Doing this attack reaches them and makes them kind of run towards you. There's also Atlas Quake that you can do that reaches them. And it makes them kind of aggro and start running towards you. Trying to bait them. This could have been done much better, but it's still done. You'll see in a second. Right there. That's one down. They kind of go for a swim, which is always going to be funny, no matter the year, no matter the generation. Down. Down. All of you fools. You can also get up this ladder and slow down time with the amulet, but I'm not willing to do that. Now in here you want to equip the Spear of Destiny and you want to have your range with these guys. Again, staying at mid-range to far range with the skeletons makes things easier. They always start taunting when you do that. See this laugh taunt that they do? Boom, launch into the spikes. Attack that guy, don't allow him to catch the thing. Keep your distance with them. Launch them. It's just that with the spear is the best thing since it's a very easy access to an instant launcher. Boom. Pretty easy stuff. Keep your distance. Boom. Boom. Yeah, the translator. Let me just explain it one more time for anyone watching. You drop the translator. You jump so that Kratos does the whole glitch where he drops them in the air so that you have faster access to your control. You roll towards the spawner. You grab him. You want to have the 2 sentries and the dog near you. Only one dog has to be near the translator. Remember, only one dog has to be near him. If you get anything else, just restart the checkpoint. You want to grab the first dog, throw him towards the spawner. The other dog towards the spawner as well, killing him. 2 more spawners start spawning, and with them you want to easily just activate Chronos Rage, and then Atlas Quake, and then go to town with Rage and the Barbarian Hammer, and more Chronos Rage. Sometimes you catch them both, and it makes it way easier. When you see things get way too iffy against the translator, I'm attacking these guys over here because I don't want to spawn the archers in here. That's why I'm attacking them here. Yeah, you don't want... If you see anything fishy going on around the translator, get near and activate Atlas Quake to spread the enemies around. And that's about it. After that is just a cleanup, and you want to just focus on your tools, and it's grabbing stuff and Barbarian Hammer stuff. You saw me back there attacking these enemies like that because I didn't want to get slapped with these arrows from afar. Grab him, throw him towards the Gorgon. Or do this petrification thing. Pretty easy stuff. And another one. Except I switched for the hammer because it's better to shattering statues. Overall the best thing. To shatter statues. Praise everyone. Bam. And this one again. You want to use this trick against all Gorgons, remember. Yeah. You know, the translator, when you clear one of the spawners, you want to instantly focus on the other one. You want to have Rage activated. And if you want to ever capitalize on a throw of enemies, on a collision or something, you want to turn off the Rage mode. Then you want to maybe toss the dog. It's all about opportunities and decision making. That is just everything you need to learn about the translator. It has a lot of decision making. It's just opportunities. You see a dog and you know he's healthy. Like if you don't want to grab a dog that is low on health. The animation is way too long. But you might be lucky and you see a dog that is you know that he's healthy, you haven't hit him a lot. You want to capitalize on that as best as you can. And just throw him towards the spawner. It's just about opportunities and capitalizing on moments. And then what's going to be left after you clear the 2 spawners that are going to spawn together is just about cleanup. And the cleanup can be fucky and iffy. Just make sure to not knock back enemies using the golden fleece towards the translator. In here I favor ring outs. You don't want to parry, you know, if you're standing facing the translator and an enemy attacks, you don't want to parry that enemy and send them flying towards the translator. Never do anything that makes the enemies fly towards the translator, ever. Because just you need to remember that he takes collision damage. That's a thing you need to be wary of. He takes collision damage. He dies with 2 full collisions. That one's rang out. You can also use the spikes. But in here what I do is completely not even spawn the legionnaires by doing this. The wall is broken. No legionnaires. If the legionnaires did spawn, you can send them towards the spikes by launching them with the Spear of Destiny. That's about it for the translator, honestly. No need to talk about it more. You just need to rewatch the whole thing again. All 4 attempts, just to see things that gone wrong. When you get a bad start, feel free to restart. No need to try to redeem anything, really. Now here we are with this encounter. This is what I meant with God of War 3 not having the same encounter design as God of War 2. You don't have an encounter like this in God of War 3. You don't have an encounter like the sacrifice one in God of War 1. You know, the sacrifice the guy to the fire and stuff. You don't have something like that in God of War 3. Perhaps that's why God of War 2 just takes longer. Which is not that much longer, it's just 10 minutes longer. Euriley's head, because you have magic chests, why not? And the lovely piercing shards to shatter the statue. There's a boundary exploit in here. If you return to the entrance, the enemies do not follow you. They cannot really slap you out of stuff. Here's another captain that I'm gonna drag towards the boundary. Except I try to use some of my alternate Orion's harpoons on the harpies as well. Right here. He does not cross the entrance. Boom. 2 more Legionnaire characters are gonna spawn, and it's gonna be pretty clear what you want to do against them. They spawn after you pull the lever. Just wanted to get rid of the harpies in here. What else can I talk about for the translator, honestly? I just explained it. You don't want to parry and send enemies flying towards the translator. That's a big no-no. That's an instant fail right there. You don't want to shoot a dog into the translator. You notice how at the start, after I launched the spawner that I just grabbed, that I grab a dog, right? You also want to notice that I grab the dog way too far away from him. Like, my grab barely reaches the dog. You don't want to grab him while hugging the translator, because that way the full collision gets activated against the translator as well. And there's just like 50 damage against the translator, or maybe just a whole, like, a kill against the translator. You don't want to do that. I should also note that you want to start wave 3 with a full health for the translator. Don't do the checkpoint thingy if the translator has taken damage. That's about what I can explain. You might be wondering, okay, Zesty, then if I parry, what do I do? Do I just leave the enemies go like this and I just parry their attack? I don't slam the ground? And to that I say, exactly. You want to just parry them to kind of stun them and then kind of think of a better approach. Like maybe go for a plume or go for a square triangle. You don't want to do anything fishy or funny. Only use your slam, your parry when you're facing away from the translator, and you know none of the enemies are gonna be sent flying towards the translator. It's getting weird how much I'm explaining the translator, but it really just needs that much explanation. It is a very fucked up section. It has one upside, which is that it's short and sweet. That's how Galmolgad described it. It is short and sweet. Again, I try to align them and then petrify. That's another one. There are magic chests on the side. There's that one on the left, but I don't really have time to take it. It's a little something called ADHD. Push this right there. And this amazing encounter is over. Now we're gonna be utilizing these guys, and we're not gonna ring out the skeletons. We wanna launch them for full collisions. Boom, like that. Now these Hades Minotaurs have a tendency of fucking blocking your collisions. Your, you know, enemies are sent flying towards them, right? They have a tendency to block. Nearly every enemy can block collisions, but these guys just block a lot. That's the thing. Boom. Bam. This is just simply the fastest way to do this. Unless you want to use petrification on the last Hades Minotaur, which I don't. Even this one skeleton that is left can be useful. Notice how I'm parrying this so that the Minotaur gets pushed back. Boom. All about positioning. Since you can't redirect it, you need to reposition yourself. That's one Minotaur down. And again. And it's done. This grab animation is beautiful. This guy's trying to kill you in his last breath. Look at this. No. Don't kill this one. You really need that skeleton. Even if you do, it's not a big deal. Like, using the barbarian hammer is one hell of a thing. But it's still better to do this. These guys block a lot of your collisions, remember. You're gonna especially remember in the loom chamber later on. I decided to not grab this guy and just simply destroy him with this. Notice how much this skeleton survived? That's because he kept on going underground, you know, dissolving, I guess. And then he healed. What a kill, Zesty. You're so stylish. Yeah, the skeletons keep on healing themselves. And the translator section, do not let it alienate you from doing this challenge on God of War 2 or any challenge. It alienated me for a while to never do the Pain Plus run. Not never do it, but for a while I was like, okay bro, whenever I get to the translator section, I'm just gonna make an exception for myself and do it in no upgrade run. But no, you really want to practice it, even for Pain Plus. Like, for Pain Plus, it's way more iffy. Requires way more luck. And by the way, one more tip about the translator. When you activate Rage, the translator takes less damage as well. It's not just you who takes less damage. And it's done. Yeah, activating Rage again when moments get iffy is very good, since the translator does not take damage. He does take damage, but not as much as, you know, if your Rage is turned off. And now we fight Atreus. Look at the scenery. The fighting stage. It's just purely the spire, nothing more. I use all my Rage here because we're gonna get the level 2, the lovely level 2 Rage mode after this. It's gonna be a lovely sight to explain that. Destroy him. Come on, Zesty. There you go. And now we're gonna get the level 2 Rage mode. Now you don't want to activate it right here. The game tells you to activate it, but do not activate it. Kratos escapes on his own, so no need to activate it. This Rage mode decreases enemies' damage, attacks. You know, decreases the damage taken by 75%, and everything is maxed out when activated. So amplifying attacks right now is way more better than usual. What you want to do against the Hydra? Go hug this side right here. Stand right where I'm standing right now, and it's a safe spot. You're not getting damaged. Boom. Boom. Except for when it does the claws attack with that big arm up there. That big tentacle that is flying to the sky. When she does that, you want to just air trick constantly. I didn't instantly grab him because I knew the Hydra would attack. Now you want to grab him. You want to put him on the button and then go up to the Hydra's face and slam it with the air triangles of the Barbarian Hammer. You want to cancel them with the bow of Typhon's Bane. Triangle, see? Don't do what I did, which is triangle square. Just do triangle, 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 see? Now this tentacle that is going to be going right now is a blessing, because on the left side of this arena is going to be completely safe. He has no attacks that can hit you. This takes 7 hits to break this limp right here. Boom. Now when you go to the left side of the arena, it's completely safe. You know the spot that I told you where you're safe? It is completely safe now. And you only can attack when you know you're safe. See, like when it does something like this, you want to come back over here. Then go back and wail at it with the hammer. Pick up Atreus. Somehow don't get hit with those. Put Atreus on the button. And right now, after we get... See, you can dodge this. But I did get hit, I think. No, I didn't. You can dodge that by going to the left in the air. And you can still get attacks in. So do not worry. In here, we're going to need Rage in a second. You'll see. See? I dodged to the left while flying. None of these attacks hits. Because I'm an idiot. I love the music that's playing in here. One of my favorites. I activated Rage just to get that max Barbarian Hammer love in action. Turn off Rage. Roll as fast as you can. Activate Rage and go to town with this. Because if you don't, then you cannot get it with 1 rep. You're gonna need to do it. You're gonna need to do the whole wing thing again. So you need to activate Rage in here to get the maximum output of the blades that allows you to break the limb. Now the Hydra is gonna eat the Atreus, and you're gonna want to roll towards the Hydra's chest and keep on running towards the Hydra's chest. The Kraken's chest, sorry. See? Like this. And you're completely safe when you do that. Now the Kraken is completely left fucked. Attack this left side a little bit, then switch to the right side. You kind of want to balance them out so that you don't need to... You don't waste time later on. Now it's okay. Just break one side and then move on to the other. See, this one's broken. This one's easily broken. And it's done. Oh, now we're gonna move on to the Sisters of Fate. It's gonna be pretty interesting when we get there. So, there's a knockback with the Spear of Destiny that you can do in here, and there's a amulet that you can exploit. After this knockdown, you're gonna go to town with her with the hammer. I'm gonna showcase everything you need to know about this boss. You can do this after blocking her attacks. Just go to town with her with the hammer. That is the use of the amulet. It cancels every animation that she does, and she instantly goes for the projectile. Here I'm gonna showcase the knockback. Boom, she's down. I switch back to the hammer and I go to town with her. The Spear of Destiny is one of the best things against her. Look. Boom. She's instantly knocked down. I always like to knock her down and then destroy her with the hammer. Boom, like this. Switch to the hammer and destroy. She does have a pretty iffy attack that can be parried on the ground. Not blocked, parried. I never see it coming when it happens. I can never read it, but it is parryable at least. Always use the grapples to cancel your animations. I'm styling on her left and right, but you can be safe and only use the hammer if you want. And just knock her down with these projectiles. I just hate the projectiles because sometimes it takes long. Sometimes she keeps on parrying as well. The amulet somehow didn't work there because she was in the middle of another animation. But I just wanted to showcase it basically. Knockdown, hammer. Might of the King's Shockwave. Might of the King's Shockwave. While I'm facing away from her when I activate the thing. See? Okay, I didn't do it. I only start facing her after I execute the special, like this. Okay, I didn't do it again. Boom, boom. I think it's that time of the month where she starts leaving a trap for you. Is it that time of the month? She leaves a trap ball for you. She never did it, but it is what it is. That attack right there I can never read, but you can trick it in the air or parry it on the ground. Staying on the ground lures her closer to you. And now you want to go to town with her. Boom. 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 You want to always switch to the hammer after grappling because Kratos automatically activates the blades. See how I'm staying on the ground? Just to get her closer. And this hits. Somehow. If you stay on the grapples or in the air, she never comes closer. Damn! Bang! 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 My guy was destroying her. Atropos. You restart the checkpoint to get some attacks in with the Barbarian Hammer. Pretty good stuff. Then you want to grab enemies. By the way, while this is going on, Kratos is fighting Ares. Do what you want with that information. When she comes close, you want to activate Rage and the Barbarian Hammer shenanigans go on. When shit gets messy, activate Atlas Quake. Go to town even further. Another Atlas Quake. Boom, boom. See, this is why I didn't decide to do no damage. Like, I didn't want to not keep on my attack back there. I just wanted to finish this. Keep in mind, Kratos is fighting Ares in the distance. But we don't talk about that. Look at the amulet. She cancelled her out of her spawning of Atropos. Just cancelled her out of everything, which is lovely. So in here you can kind of scare away Atropos. And I'm going to showcase that in a second. Running towards her. Now it's a one-on-one. You don't want to completely take down Atropos right now because you kind of want parry, see? You kind of want Atropos to be visible when you knock down Lachesis. But for now, since I know Lachesis has a lot of HP before she gets stunned, I know I can scare away Atropos. Boom, boom. Her attacks do get faster in this phase, by the way. She's down. Slow down time. Roll. Destroy the stupid part of the family of this is a fate with the hammer. Now you can kind of... I like to do this, which is I wait for Lachesis. She shoots her projectile and she breaks the mirror. Like this. Now you want to wail at this girl again. A very nice knockdown. Better than Tommy Fury's knockdown against... whatever. That never happened because he never knocked down Jake Paul, I think. Scare away Atropos a little bit. Pretty sure this phase takes longer for some reason. Just unfortunate stuff. By the way, you can't use the amulet in Pain Plus. I need to remind you. I like juggling both of them at the same time. It's fun. Damn, that trick was awesome. And it's done. Now we're gonna move on to the last stage of this phase, which is she's gonna be standing near the upper mirror, and she has an attack called Pillars. Now you can't trick through that attack, you can't block it, you can't air block it, you can't magic through it, you can't do anything against that attack. So if it hits, it hits. The only way to avoid it is if you kind of go through the pillars, position yourself through the pillars, or you grapple. Simply staying here, you don't take damage. Any one of these grapple points keeps you safe. See? It's like that. This last stage is easy. I could have activated Rage even, but I decided not to. Since I'm not sure if your Rage refills. And you will need Rage for the Loom Chamber that is going to come up. Now, the Loom Chamber, you should have a manual save for it because it's the most fun thing. Now, how we approach the Loom Chamber is by rolling and getting as near as possible to the Legionnaire that spawns near the Juggernauts. You bait him, block, triangle, and you kind of get that Juggernaut in the corner and you just destroy him with the Orion's Harpoon. Even his friend got caught in the blast back there. And you finally grab the Legionnaire and to end it off with the cherry on top with the 360 toss. That's basically what you want to aim for with these guys right here. Just bait their attacks by blocking them. Sometimes you do want to kind of delay your Orion's Harpoon. Like just a split second for the possibility of an enemy trying to come closer. But you will get to kind of get used to that. You also want to have the Barbarian Hammer equipped for opportunities. If you see an opening, destroy a Juggernaut with it. Why not? Launch. Do be careful. Sometimes things do get destroyed for you. And here I demonstrated the arrow shot. Boom. Wing action, but didn't work. See? The Juggernauts are very dangerous. Their running animation, not the normal one. There's another running animation that they do. And they kind of hit you with their chest. I did explain it a couple minutes ago. Activate Rage and destroy him. Although I didn't want... Okay, he was low enough. I was wondering why I never activated Rage. That's about what you want to go with whenever trying this thing out. And again, knockbacks also cause collisions, so why not? Boom. Sometimes you want to shoot one of these guys to kind of get him into one of these spaces. To be alone with him, basically. These barriers also do have timers, but I don't got them nailed down. It is what it is. You can nail them down. The timers, I don't know the exact timers, but they are out there. Boom. See, if I activate the Rage and attack him right now, it's the maxed Barbarian Hammers that start hitting him. But I don't need to, since I was completely safe. And that's the first main encounter in the Loom Chamber. As I said, you need to have a manual save for this spot, specifically. Without any upgrades, to just have fun with it every once in a while. Bane Plus is a whole other story. Look at that T-pose in Kratos. I'm gonna try to mimic that again. Didn't that with the 360, governor. Dies with the parry. How pathetic. In here you want to build up your light combo to end it with Valor to cause a ton of half collisions. And then just a bunch of grabs and nothing more. Even parries could work right here, since a lot of small enemies flying towards each other is always a blessing. You're getting a lot of knockback collisions, so why not? For the 360 toss, boom. Come on, Zesty. Now in here, you want to false grab the Gorgon. You freeze around anyone. That's the only way you can break these guys as fast as possible, the Barbarian Hammer. It's with the L1 and triangle, the Might of the King's Shockwave. And you have to be close range, meaning you have to hit them with the hammer like this. Except I missed. Otherwise it needs 2 triangle hits from the Barbarian Hammer, which you don't have time for. The Sirens die with 1 triangle hit, but the Gorgons, no, not so much. Amplify. Except I didn't. Just waiting for one of the Gorgons to start beaming. Start beaming! Seaming! Freeze everyone. Except that Siren decided not to get frozen. False grab. Completely missed for God knows why. Pretty basic stuff. False grab. Freeze. Boom. And the Siren. And finally for the last Gorgon. Boom. Again, near this chest you want to build up your light combo. Except I missed it. It is what it is. This parry does do a lot of half collisions, so why not? Destroy everyone with the 360. See what I mean with the 360? There's a reason why it's the best throw in the game. In the series, actually. Just hits everyone while the animation is happening of the 360 and not just the throw. And there you go. Now on to a challenging one. Just watch what I'm gonna do. Although I might fail it, but you want to launch this guy after blocking his attacks. Activate Chrono Switch, go to town with him with the hammer. And again. And again. Except I didn't do it again like an idiot. If you did it again, you could have gotten rid of the guy pretty easily. I somehow didn't get killed here, but it is what it is. In here you want to launch the satyrs and Orion harpoon them like that. Towards the Minotaurs. Because why not? Free damage. Boom. I don't know if I capitalize on rage mode against these Minotaurs. I should. You should. If you ever get the chance to do that, always do. Activate rage and go to town with the Barbarian Hammer. That's what you want to do. Otherwise, I'm just playing it safe here with the satyrs. Again, only roll away to another location once safe. Here I activate rage, I'm pretty sure. Yes. And he's wrecked. This guy is fucked. In all meanings of the word, he's fucked. See? Those couple of attacks that I did with the rage mode, just beautiful. Now another Minotaur is gonna spawn right where I am. Right now, see? Capitalize with rage mode and you can just wreck him before he gets a chance to do anything, see? As I said, the rage mode in this game is the best thing. He spawns kind of where you are. The cube that you're in. Or the area that you're in while fighting. This Loom Shaver is really creative and beautiful for its encounters. Notice how it's mostly looking like a 2D perspective. It's not completely 2D. As you know, it is still 3D and it's still the same encounter shape, but how the encounter is shaped and how the camera is placed and how you're usually fighting, it really gives you the feeling of a 2D fight going on. Really creative and nice. Boom. Boom. I don't know why I'm not using piercing shards. I swear to God, I don't know why. Like, instead of launching them and going for Orion's harpoons, constantly trying to do that, there are reasons to have piercing shards, and Zesty's not using them. This actually gets me mad. I never thought, like, with these commentaries, it's usually me trying the most optimal things. In here, there are a lot of spots where I could have used piercing shards for knockbacks. I just don't. I usually go for the launch and then the Orion harpoon. You should not do that. If you have the chance against some enemies and you have openings for knockbacks, use this, yeah. The shotgun blast. The piercing shards. Weird how I don't use it for some fucking reason. I tried to look fancy over there, but I couldn't really get it down. Now there's going to be another stage that is going to be a comic relief stage, and then we're going to be entering the last stage. Except what I'm doing in here is I'm collecting the chests to be completely maxed out when I get there. T poses, get used to that, because I'm going to be doing a lot in here because I thought it was funny. Who are we kidding? It is fucking funny. Here we are in this stage. Parry, boom. Everyone is destroyed. The last stage is gonna be something else. I don't know if I started correctly, but it's gonna be fun. Die. You're a child! And you know what happens when Zesty's left with one enemy, right? Combos! And now on to the last thing. Stay right here. Toss this sentry. And that just hit for a beautiful full collision. You just have to delay it a little bit so that you catch a Cyclops with it. And you might catch him again like this. The one behind this guy in front really did catch the smoke. You want to do a lot of tricking against the Cyclops as well. Sometimes moments might get iffy. Knockback. Why not? Yeah, good. Now you're thinking, Zesty. That was a nice piercing shards. You can also use the Orion harpoon thing of the Legionnaires against the Cyclops as well. Full collision on the Cyclops. Reposition. Take things slow. You're not in a rush. Do this. Doesn't hit anyone, but okay. This guy's still in the juggle state, which helped out a lot. Reposition. You can kind of redirect the Orion harpoon, but not by actually redirecting. It's by repositioning. Kind of move to the side while the enemy's still in the juggle state. This guy's dead. I wail on this guy with... I think I wanted to wail on him with rage mode, but it was way too late. You can totally do that. Take it safe, as I said. No one is in a rush here. The toss was kind of Okay, now it was good. That was perfect time. Perfectly timed, sorry. And another full collision. And another one. Almost got clapped back there, but I didn't. Wanted to do some wings action, but nothing. Oh, nice! Completely forgot about that. There goes that one. With the rage. Pretty easy stuff. And that's the loom chamber. See you guys at Clotho. Attack this armpit, or actually just you can just freeze time and go up and break the bodies, you know, let the bodies hit the floor without even attacking her. But I decided to go with this approach right here. Bring these down. Calm down. Wait for that attack that she does. When she's done, then you want to come down. Activate the amulet. Boom. 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 Target this armpit right here. Then target the other. Or basically what I'm doing in here is just instantly moving this thing. Slowing down time. Target this armpit. And it's done. Pull the lever to get the thingy, the axe thingy or whatever, I don't know what it's called. I think I get it right now. I'm not gonna go through another rep of beating her up. Right? It's done. And enjoy this acrobatic shit, and then we're gonna move on to Zeus. Our daddy right here is really pissed that we didn't really know how to fix the car for him. Divine Retribution is unaffected with difficulty. Divine Retribution is L1 and triangle, the lasers. You want to use that. When he goes with his hand, L1 in the air. And keep on using Divine Retribution. His attack that he does on Earthquake is blockable, as I demonstrate. Just like that. Very, very unexpected. That's exactly the type of attack that you would think is unblockable. Grab these guys. Air L1. Again. Boom. And this one's done. You grab her. This time Zeus is done and you want to impale his hand by grabbing it. Boom. And then you want to go up. And now he's gonna shrink like my penis. In here there's gonna be a lot of tricking. And another thing which is gonna be a Divine Retribution loop that you wanna use to your advantage sometimes if you wanna speed things up. In here there's gonna be another trick that I'm gonna demonstrate, which is holding L2 with this and then switching to Riley's head. You don't wanna do it. When he does the lightning bolts, you usually wanna parry them, so there's that, but that's somewhat a demo for the Divine Retribution loop that I'm gonna showcase. It's just that you're gonna have to be a little far away from him. Notice how I'm gonna try to get away from him just to get him in loop. Except I failed miserably. It is very good. He kinda output a lot of damage. And you loop it. You always hit him. He's stunned. And I miss again. Should have evolved my aim. Trick through that. Miss. What the fuck? I just missed a lot of shit. See that trick? I hold L2 and then I switch to Urieli's head. The whole time I'm holding L2. You can even switch back here. Boom. Boom. The timing is iffy, but you can get him in a loop. See, I messed it up back there. And again. 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 Another one. And you do have to watch out for the lightnings. Sometimes he does really not play nice. Yeah, the tricking I do for the lightning bolts that he throws. I hold L2, so I trick the first one and then I press up to switch back to Uriel's head. Then I can do the same thing to the bow. Now in here you want to build up your attacks and amplify it at the very end. Boom. That's what you want to do basically. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to amplify your plumes. What the fuck, Zesty? Just want to amplify these. And he blocks them. Because that's what you get for fucking amplifying a plume. And he blocked 2. Swear to God if you blocked that last one. Right now I don't have rage. That's why I'm going to start wailing at him with attacks. Attacks that actually connect. We don't want to get slams and stuff. Boom. This is the approach for Pain Plus. I think he takes 41 slams or spirits to get taken down. 41 spirits, which is the last slam right here. So you need to build this up and attack him with this 41 times. If that tells you anything. I do try to speed things up in here by using some magic and stuff, but even then. Right now I have rage. I just wanted to build it up more. Zesty, you fancy motherfucker. Here it comes! Boom! And then attack him with rage even more because you can't activate it at this point. Don't use Chronos Rage, please. He starts dodging like stupid. Just want to use Typhon's Bane. Keep a tiny bit of magic left just to be able to trick through stuff. Go with the Pain Plus approach, which is spirits but without amplification. Boom. I barely dodged that. I'm gonna dodge another one with the spirit. Just look. Some fancy shit. Look at this. Boom. Beautiful. I just love this string. My favorite string in all of gaming history. Just all squares and then at the end triangle. Or even square to finish it off. Basically the light combo. Now we have access to the Blade of Olympus again. Easy shit is gonna happen right now. It's gonna be another showcase of infinite divine retributions. L2 up, and then I guess right or whatever. That's how that trick works. But you want to parry it so that he comes close and you trick it, and then you get your distance to get him back to the loop of divine retribution like this. Except I think I mess it up in a second, see? Way too early. You want to delay it just a little bit. Do I get him again? Nah. It is the best thing since it does the most damage. There. Too early. Trick. Boom. Alright, trick. Come on. Damn, that's pathetic. Okay. Boom. 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 See? Just about when you nail the timing, you can get it right. And you beat his ass pretty easily. Trick. You can also be in at his face like that and trick constantly. I'm glad I showcased this as well. And this one I just wanted to showcase literally everything that you can do. Boom. There you go. Now, you have rage built up, so you need 1, 2, or maybe 3 hits to take him down. I'm just attacking him a little bit to gain more rage orbs. You have to hit him with rage. Boom. Boom. Beep. And it's done. Now, a couple more hits and it should be good. Ouch. And it's done.
I told you I would make you pay for what you did!
Be sure to like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. I have made a commentary for God of War 3 No Upgrade Run Plus. Expect more commentaries, of course. Expect commentaries for all other challenge runs. I do stream nearly every day. I recently uploaded this no damage video that is one hell of a movie-like video. Trust me, you will enjoy this video. With that, we come to the end of the video. I hope you learned. I hope you enjoyed. It has been your Extreme Gamer Zesty. Peace.